Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to an all new episode of Faux Real. Devlin here. Super excited to have you as always. This episode is going to be a doozy. I have a conversation with my extraordinarily exuberant friend, Cristy Joy, who is in a brand new movie with SNL's Chris Kattan. It's called In Other Words, and it drops on all the various platforms, streaming and VOD and all the places on September 8th. So definitely check that out. And Christy is just a huge balloon animal of fun. She really seriously is. She had a performance on America's Got Talent a couple years ago, which we talk about, and she even had her animated self appear on a Cartoon Network show called Uncle Grandpa, which is really cool. She's done so many freaking cool things. She was in a music video with freaking Justin Timberlake, one of the coolest music videos ever, and we talk all about it. So I think you're really going to enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get to my conversation with my awesome guest, Cristy Joy. Okay, hello, welcome Cristy Joy to Faux Real. It's so good to have you here. You are a multi-hyphenate that goes for an entire novel. I mean, you're an actress, an improver, a voiceover artist. You've appeared on so many shows. You were on America's Got Talent, which I really want to get into. You appeared as your animated self on a Cartoon Network show called Uncle Grandpa. Let's talk about that. How did that come about? I never really got to talk to you about that. How did that happen?
Oh, hey. Okay, so we're doing this now. I wasn't sure.
Oh,
but
well, I've pressed all the buttons now.
okay. For people that are watching, there was like a little bit of a technical stuff, and okay. So, anyways, okay. So here we are. We're doing an interview. Yes. I wrote down a bunch of stuff so I can like stay focused. But to answer.
Right.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So we're even here. That's good. So you wanted to know about America's Got Talent? Is that what you're asking me about?
I want to talk to you about all the things, Cristy. It's really cool to be doing this with you because, you know, you're one of those amazing people that we have. Listen, we've floated around in the same circles like 100 million times, and I keep thinking we're going to work together, and then we haven't yet, which is weird. But we did. But we were both at BJ's party. For those of you who don't know, and he will be on the show eventually. BJ Lang, the most incredible human on the planet. Honestly, he's a swell dude, and one of our mutual friends. His 40th birthday happened. We were just talking about this off mic, but he had his 40th birthday earlier this year. And so we both got to participate in a roast of him.
You participated. I watched.
Yes. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Thank you for you looked unscarred. There's no bruises except maybe psychologically. So I'm glad you made it through.
Yeah, I totally survived the roast. That was super fun, and yeah, that was like in February or March, but it's cool. Like I think you and I actually connected. I want to say on MySpace or something. I don't know. It's been like
serious. Did we meet on MySpace?
I don't know, but I know that we became friends before you moved to LA.
Yeah.
Online. Like I remember you because there's a few people that like I became friends because I've been on the internet forever and whatever, and
yep, me too.
And so like there's some people that I remember from those days, and you're one of them, you know. So it's kind of cool. Like I remember you doing like independent films in your hometown, and then now you're here in LA, and it's cool like how it's come, you know, totally full circle, and yeah. And you know what? I just want to say like I should have done more research on you. You said all this like really nice stuff about me, about like the show that I'm on and like all this stuff.
No. This
Like,
is about you.
and
This,
I just,
this is your show. This is your episode. You
no.
get all the accolades. I get to talk all about you. If you want to start a podcast and interview me on your show, then we'll do that then. Otherwise, this is your day. So
Well,
it's
thank
all
you.
about you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm really honored and so grateful that
Don't be honored. Aim higher. Trust me. This is no one cares.
All right, fine. But I really appreciate you inviting me on your podcast. That's really kind of you. And I have like so much stuff to talk about, like a couple of movies and a top secret project. And so like,
oh, you're going to give me an exclusive? This is very exciting.
yeah. Yeah, you're getting it exclusive.
Yay!
Thank you. Yeah. So I don't know, like, whatever you want to ask or whatever. I don't know. It's your.
Cristy, I'm going to get into it. Let me tell you. I adore you. I truly do. And thank you for saying all those wonderful things. I have followed your career for, a long time. I've been here in LA for 8.5 years. And I think I'm so fascinated by people. I'm so fascinated by you because you're such a bright, glowing firecracker explosion of, I mean, you really, I'm rife with the puns, but you really do uphold your name throughout all of your endeavors. You bring me joy. You bring your audience joy. Okay, let's quit the fluffing and get into it. I want to talk about.
Okay.
I want to, tell me about Uncle Grandpa, because
Oh wow. Okay.
this is one of the dreams of, I think, all nerds' life, to appear as their animated self. So, like, how did that happen?
It's kind of a long story, and
Great, we've got time.
Oh, okay. But how did it happen? Well, it was through like mutual friends and stuff like that. But that's actually not the only time I was animated, that I was cartoonized, as I call it. After the Justin Timberlake music video came out, there was a group of students from, I want to say the school, it's a college in New Zealand. I posted it somewhere on my account, but they did an animation of the entire music video, and it's like super incredible, and I can't believe it's students that made it, and it's super impressive, and like it's like amazing. There's like things, there's one where I'm being chased by a dinosaur. Like, it's super cool.
Cool.
It's super fun. And yeah, thank you for saying all that stuff about me, like being joyful and all that, like, well, you said it, I was on America's Got Talent twice. And, Justin Timberlake's music video, which has like over 1 billion views on YouTube. And then on a Disney show, and that clip was on YouTube and it went viral. And this is more like recent stuff. Uncle Grandpa thing's a few years ago, but yeah, so the Disney show got a few million views, maybe 5 or 15, I don't know. But the only reason I mention these things, because you say like I'm joyful, but after I think it was after Justin Timberlake's music video, I was at actually the creator of the show, Uncle Grandpa, and he was having a birthday party for his child, and there was somebody there who it was a girl, I guess like elementary school aged or something like that, and she was like hiding behind her parents' legs and like being really shy. And I thought she was just a shy girl, and that was like, I think that was the first time I had somebody come up to me that recognized me from what I've done. And
cool.
That's not the only time that's happened. I was backstage at a show in San Diego, and a girl recognized me from Disney, and she was a little bit younger. And I think it was last year I had a few groups of middle schoolers on Instagram who like set up like fan accounts for me. And so, yeah, it's cool, but you know, I really, I honor and I respect that a lot. And, you know, I really appreciate the kindness and the love. And so, it's important to me to be a good role model for these people. And so, you know, last winter I started developing a solo show that was going to premiere at Second City Hollywood back in June. What was it, a few days before my birthday.
And then June got canceled.
Well, I mean, yeah, Second City's closed right now, but the whole theme of my show is, you know, and my whole message actually is to be unique. And so, you know, I want people and the youth especially who are looking to me, who see me in these things that I do, to embrace who they are and to love themselves and to love each other and to embrace other people. And so I have a really direct message now to spread love and light to people and to have, you know, that connection be felt. And so, you know, that's my way, I think, of being a good role model, and I'm sure it'll develop more as time progresses. So, you know, the top secret project that I'm involved with is, it's a new app that's launching on September 7th. It's called Bond Show. And there's a lot of like actual educators on there. And then there's some people like me who are more creative. And basically I'm going to, you know, I have a combination of video series. It's kind of like an Instagram story kind of vibe, like just short clips, but lessons. So there's teachers actually teaching stuff on there, and I'm doing something called socio-emotional learning, and but basically spreading my message of be unique, which is a hashtag I have on my Instagram, and which was the message of my show as well. But now I have this platform, and so so that's what I'm going to be doing for some time, and I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so that, let me see, did I miss anything about that? But yeah, I just want, you know, I want them to understand that everyone is beautiful and unique as we are. You know, no one's perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, and we're all doing the best we can with what we know. And so I believe, like, the younger that somebody can realize that and embrace that, the better. And so so that's what I'm doing. And right now I have a series that's going to be launching on the app, and it's all focused on bullies and just how to deal with bullies and kind of like detach yourself from your emotions and your thoughts, and to just like look at them and detach yourself from what's happening in the situation and to choose like a new way of being. So so that's like one way I'm giving back, you know, I hope. And then, yeah, besides that, you know, I have a new movie that just came out, I think it was last month, and I'm acting alongside Dana Ashbrook from Twin Peaks. And then I have, so that's already out. And then I have this new movie, which I'm really excited about. It's premiering August 8th online. I've been posting about it everywhere. So super excited. I'm acting opposite
September 8th, right?
What?
September 8th.
September 8th. Is that what I said?
You said August 8th. Because I know it hasn't come out yet. Because that's why we're here today, right? Because we want to promote it.
August 29th, and this is launching on Monday. But yeah, so yeah, the movie is coming out September. The app is launching September 7th, I believe. The movie is launching September 8th, and the other movie came out last month. But the
what
movie.
What is the name of that?
But the movie that's coming out, the movie that's coming out with Cristy Joy, I'm answering your question, and I'm putting all this stuff together, and I'm looking at it.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So the movie that's coming out September 8th is called In Other Words. I'm super excited about it. I'm acting opposite SNL legend. Chris Kattan.
Yep.
What? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm acting opposite of him in the movie, which is so awesome. He's awesome. And we make some funnies, and there's a trailer out now. You can see us being really silly in the trailer. And
creative and provocative kiss with him, and I can say that it's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer.
It's a safety kiss. It's a hashtag saran wrap safety first kiss. He, you can follow him on Instagram. It's, it's comedy. He's got a girl, he's got a lady, and they're so cute and adorable, and you can see that all on his Instagram page. This was for comedic purposes, for a film, and there's another clip that came out for the movie with a twerking turkey, and it's super funny. And then I saw like they have like orchestra that's did music. Like I'm really excited about this film, like super stoked. But anyways, I think I hit all my talking points that I can remember. I'm like,
you did the whole show, Cristy. Now what are we going to talk about? You did the whole interview for me. Like you were both me and you at the same time. So
I'm keeping it easy for you.
Nothing to talk about now.
Oh no.
And we're done. That's the episode, folks. Thanks for joining us.
All right, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my kombucha and run. No, I just like.
This is one of the many reasons you.
No, honestly, listen. No.
I adore you so much. This is one of the reasons that I like doing video, because I really have to. I'm floating on your every word, and I want to react verbally, but I wanted to let you say everything that you had to say without me jumping. So that's one of the reasons I like doing the video, because everyone can see me reacting in the moment to what you're saying, because otherwise I'd be, oh yeah, yes. And then I got to go back and edit that out. Thank you so much for sharing all that with me. And I want to expand and go into all of that. Yes. In Other Words is the movie with Chris Kattan that's coming out on September 8th. And I've been watching I watched the trailer as soon as you posted it, and I've been trying to remember to share it on all my social media when I can. And that just looks like the most fun that anyone could ever imagine happening. And
it was super fun. And just to backtrack just slightly, thank you for letting me like just get all this stuff out, because honestly, me naturally, I'm just like, oh, we're just hanging out, like whatever, and then I'll forget to say all of this, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, oh no.
Listeners can't see this, but we both have giant lists of all the things.
Like, remember, you're doing an app.
No, I lose my freaking mind if I don't. Like, I love to improv, and I obviously it's so much more. You want to be organic, but also I just forget to ask important questions. And then I have to try to backtrack, and it's all a mess. So tell me about the whole, tell me about getting involved with the movie. Tell me about working with Chris. How was that set? Tell me everything.
I mean, I'm not sure.
What you can say and what you can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm new. I'm figuring this out, but like, and I want to do everything right. Like, I'm nerdy like that, but like, I don't know. It was awesome. Like, the producer and the director are like this like super awesome like power couple, super inspirational. They're doing like really beautiful work for their community to empower their community, which I love. And I'm just so grateful to be part of this film. Like it was just such a wonderful experience all around. Like the entire crew, like it's not just Chris, like of course Chris Kattan, hello, is very important. However, like every single person that I interacted with on this set was just so amazing, super creative, super like just beautiful people making something together. It was just like a really fantastic experience all around. Like I'm so grateful for every aspect of this movie. Like it and yeah, it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. before the kiss, the director checked with me to make sure, like, this is okay, Chris and I made sure, like, we were, we're like this, whatever, like,
Everything was cool. There
yeah,
was plenty of consent for the saran wrap and
yeah, like everyone checked in with each other, but the thing is, Chris is an improviser as well, so he understands, and actually I remember, like, being in the makeup room, and I said to him, like, hey, I know you're an improviser too, and I have a tendency to, like, go crazy. Are you cool with that? And he's like, yeah, whatever you want. I'm like, I don't care. Like, he doesn't give, I mean, he's been
that's
doing
so
this for
great.
years. He's a professional. Like, so yeah, like, but I wanted to do it right and make sure, like, hey, so everyone checked in with each other. It was all done in a very, like, professional way. It was handled very nicely. And yeah, and then you saw the outcome on camera. So, and that's the thing that is really wonderful about working with people who are super creative and also super, like, free in their creativity, because that's one thing that I learned about from being on America's Got Talent, because obviously I wasn't expecting to win, but I did think, I'd be performing for a longer amount of
You
time.
didn't hold back at all. There was no holding back. In
And
just the little, that piece of that show is so great about shining such a spotlight on every single performer. And when you went out there, I mean, I was like, I mean, my head exploded. I was like, Christy's on stage. It was a very fun moment. And you were, I mean, you really gave it your all. It was really fun to watch.
yeah, it was interesting though, and I did what I did, and you saw it, and I appreciate what you say. And at the same token, I was on stage where Michael Jackson unveiled the moonwalk, and there were 3,000 people in this theater, and I'm being booed by, like, all these people. It was very intense for me at the time. However, it was a great lesson for me as an artist, because after doing that and having that experience and quote unquote failing, on such a large stage, I became completely fearless after that. Like, literally, I made out, quote unquote, through saran wrap with Chris Kattan. If that's not a testament to fearlessness, and just to kind of ducktail it back to the movie, obviously Chris is a fearless entertainer as well, because he was willing to do that too, and the director was fearless, and that's a really beautiful thing, not only to have that fearlessness, but to also have that sense of safety, to where you feel the freedom to explore. And I'm sure you understand that, being an improviser, because I'm sure you've experienced, different stages or different classrooms or something where, if people are open and just, like, free, you feel more creative. You're
That
able to,
energy is palpable.
yeah,
It sends shock waves through the audience and reverberates back to you, and you can feel it in every fiber of your being when it happens. Oh, it's beautiful. When I don't know, we haven't really had any lengthy conversations. So I don't know if I've ever told you about my experience with Up with People, but I traveled with them for a year. This was years ago. Up with People. They've been around since the 60s. They used to be super religious. They got better. But essentially, they're an international multicultural organization that travels. They used to travel through at least 2 continents. The program has changed a number of times. But anyway, when I traveled, it was one of the last full years. So it was two full semesters. And we traveled through the Northeast and Midwest United States and then across Europe. performing a Broadway style musical, staying with host families. And so we traveled through all these different, we're not only being immersed in the culture with the cast and the host families, but being immersed in all of it's really like going on a rock tour. It really is. And we get the full, we were traveling in buses everywhere. I'm going off on a tangent, as I always do here, but essentially speaking on that energy, even though I was it was all an ensemble, but it never really is. You know what I'm talking about. So I was part of the mic group. I did have a speaking part for a little while, but just being on that side of it was immeasurable. It was unbelievable, especially when we would really hit it, which we did in so many cities, especially throughout Germany, because we went all points through Germany. And to feel that level of electricity, it's unbelievable.
That's amazing. Yeah, that sounds like a really cool experience. Wow. It's like traveling. How long did you do that for?
It's for a year altogether. We had a semester in the States. Then we had a couple weeks break during, for Christmas, for the holidays.
Semester. So this was through school?
No, I had to pay to travel, and I got a lot of help doing that. I did a lot of, bake sales and, begging. But eventually I pulled it off, and, it wasn't cheap, but it was more than well worth it. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. So I can only imagine, being on that stage and performing. And I know Howie was there. Who was and Simon, obviously. Who was the rest of the panel? This was 2 years ago, right?
I think it was Heidi Klum.
Heidi.
And Mel B from the Spice Girls.
Mel B, that's right.
I think, right? Yeah, I think that was who it was.
Yeah,
was it?
I think you're right, yeah.
I don't know. It was I remember Heidi because she was the one that spoke most, she said stuff, everyone else was pretty quiet, so, except for Howie and Simon. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. That's who was there.
Cool.
Yeah, it was Mel B. Yeah, it was Mel B. They keep switching it, so I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, and this year has been more confusing than ever because Heidi got sick and then Simon got sick, so they kept bringing in guest judges because they brought in Kelly Clarkson for a few shows, and anyway, yeah.
That's cool.
But that must, what a rush that must have been to.
Oh, that reminds me, my friend Alex Hooper is going to be on it on Tuesday night. So this Tuesday, I forgot what date that is, but you can vote for him. So vote for him. Vote for Alex Hooper on Tuesday.
What performance is he doing?
He's doing stand-up. He's a stand-up. He's super funny. So yeah, vote for Alex Hooper on Tuesday.
Awesome. I'll put that in the show notes. I'll put a vote link.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I want to rewind a bit to the app and talk a little bit more about that because you said, what's the name of the app again?
Oh, the name of the app is Bond Show. It's spelled B as in boy, ANSHO.
Cool. And that launches on September 7th.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. Okay.
That's why I write stuff down. I'm like, yeah.
Exactly.
Launching September 7th, and I'm super excited about it. Yeah, so I'm like researching. I already have the Bully series done, and I'm researching like other stuff that's meaningful to people that are in kindergarten. So.
Wonderful. That's really cool. I've also been doing some uh, marketing work for my writer friend Libby Ward, who is also, she does a lot of socio emotional work. She actually just wrote a bilingual children's book called Luchador Mice. I'll send you the link after we finish because I think you will really, I think you'll enjoy it. Um,
Yeah, that'd be great because I'm trying to like I want to research more like that's how I came up with the bullying series because I was like, what because I obviously my whole goal is to empower the youth and to embrace themselves and embrace other to love everybody and so I was like well what are people at that age dealing with what kind of fears do they have maybe and so that's kind of how I got into the bullying thing um, and so I'm not sure I'm going to be I am in the process of like researching right now like just different directions to go with that maybe what's important to parents that they teach their kids because I'm not a parent at this moment so I could use some lessons in that so I'm going to be researching and seeing what's important and what would really help uh, uh, people embrace who they are and embrace others so you know pre-production I guess but yeah the bully series is out but yeah or
that's
it's going to launch with the app as well as comedy videos and the bullying stuff the teaching stuff of course it's me so I'm doing it through there's a little bit of me just talking but there's also characters and stuff like that to keep it kind of creative and fun and then there's also just straight up comedy videos where I'm just doing my thing so a
awesome.
little mix of both yeah
That's so inventive and really important right now, more so than ever before, especially when a lot of kids are, all of the kids are being homeschooled right now. So they really need that kind of programming that is different, new, and educational and uplifting. Besides watching endless hours of Paw Patrol, and nothing against Paw Patrol, but I really think there needs to be further content than outside of Nick Jr. So well done on that.
thank you there's a lot of great stuff with Paw Patrol and Nick Jr. and on television and it's great to have entertainment however this is more of like a teaching platform and a learning platform with some silliness mixed in of course too there's gonna be like half and half or something like that um but that was the main thing that drew me to it is just like because you think about it and you see parents with their children and the kids are looking on their iPads or everyone's indulging in technology these days and so you've got to embrace that and I really love the idea of having an app for the youth to watch that's quick. It's like a short, a Snapchat or something like that, but it's informative. It's helpful, you know? Like for my bullying series, for example, not trying to push my bullying, there's other people on there too, but just saying like, for my bullying
This is
series,
your episode, Christy. You can push it all you like. That's what this is all about.
oh yeah, that's right. But no, it's just like for that, it's kind of neat. Like they can literally just look for like 10 seconds and become aware of their emotions and detach from them instead of getting into a trap with them. So it's like there's one thing where it's like one video where I made like a bully is making fun of their hair or something. Oh, I don't like your hair. I did a character. And so the title of it is like bully and hair. So it's like if the person and this is something that I would have loved as a kid because I was bullied from the time I was in elementary school up until high school. And so I would have loved to have something that said to me, hey, when someone tells you that you're ugly or tells you whatever, it doesn't mean anything about you, and you don't have to subscribe to that. You don't have to let it affect you. You could just understand that they might be going through something and sympathize with them and just keep, staying happy and joyful as you naturally are. Kids, and I hesitate to call them kids because they're just like young people and they're so tapped in to life in such a specific way that adults aren't, and we're tapped into life in a different way than they are. And anyways, I'm getting sidetracked now.
That's
So
all
you,
the show is, Cristy, is a long web of sidetracking.
yes,
So
because I
I don't
got
know how to do anything else.
I'm
What are you
ready.
drinking?
I'm drinking Lavender Love kombucha.
Sounds like it smells good.
It does. I love lavender. It's my favorite. So
I do too. I I applaud you a lot on that. I think it's really important. I think that's going to bring about a lot of conversations with parents too. You know, to help their kids through things, because I'm right there with you. I was bullied a better part of my life, and it's no fun. And I didn't, you know, my parents are very loving and they're understanding, and they, you know, they tried to help me out of those situations when they could, but I don't think that they really had the tools to be able to you know, really help me in the way that I needed. And I never knew that I had the will as a little kid, because, you know, I've always been this, you know, really nerdy kid. And that when I was little, I was always really backward and awkward and just trying to make my voice heard. And there there were endless situations where there was this one time, one of the many situations that stands out in my brain, and pokes at me every once in a while, is this girl. I don't know what problem she had with me other than just being a nerd. I really don't know. But she kept screwing with me in class. And one day, the teacher was late or whatever. And she said, "Come over here, kid." It was like something right out of it, you know, Degrassi or something. And it was like, "Come over here and lick my boot." "That's right, kid. No, get down there, all the way down. All the way on the floor. That's right, lick it. Lick it." And I did, because I think maybe that was the origin of my germophobia, that I had to lick this girl's boot, because, you know, and I had all these things happen. Like, I was literally stuffed into lockers and, you know, given swirlies and all this stuff. And, you know, these experiences are dangerous. And you know, so we really need, I really do applaud you on bringing this platform to life that's going to help a lot of kids, and have those conversations with parents. It's going to be able to open a discussion to be able to, you know, better handle that.
thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that. You know, I'm sure it's made you stronger and wiser in many ways.
You better believe.
And yeah, that's the one thing I really love about this app as well, you know, because it's one thing to have your parents tell you something, but it's another thing to have somebody else tell you something, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's easier to listen to somebody else than it is to listen to your parents. So, you know, so that's kind of like my angle that I'm kind of taking with this now. And I'd love to speak to parents, you know, and hear what they have to say about what's important that they want to teach their children. You know, I'm open to making this a collaborative process. You know, I literally just want to help, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, I'm going to do research and stuff like that, and I'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you.
Can the kids send questions like through the app? Can they ask you things directly, or is it interactive in that way? Can they like make a video and pose something to you through the app?
It's not, I don't, at this point, it's not. At this point, it's literally, I think it's just like a collection of videos and lessons and stuff. So it'd be kind of like, you know, like a social media kind of thing, but just watching, I guess. I'm not sure. I do have a profile on there. Again, the app hasn't launched yet. So it's still like in a preliminary phase, and I haven't really asked them about that. I'm kind of more focused on like my mission and my purpose and my message and how I can best get that across, and also fulfill the technical needs of the actual platform. So I'm not really sure, but maybe.
I'm excited to check it out. I'll download it as soon as it launches and play with it.
Thank you. Yeah, if you have any input, let me
Great.
know.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, anyone that's
I'll be texting you. Don't worry. Oh, well, how does this work? We have so much more to talk about. Oh, you were also in The Tiger Hunter with Danny Pudi, right?
Oh yeah, I did work on that movie a few years ago. Yes, and Danny Pudi is super. He's such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh.
That's what I wanted to hear. Good.
Oh, okay, good. And yeah, he's awesome. He's a really cool, down to earth guy. Really a real sweetheart. Really cool person. So yeah, I forgot about. Yeah.
I'm really glad to hear that. I love all of the community gang. I've been trying very hard to have them all on the show, especially Allison Brie, whose publicist keeps saying, absolutely not. But I will keep working on it. You have so much coming out and coming up. You're doing all these amazing things. Also, and you mentioned it. You did talk about working on "Can't Stop the Feeling," which is, I mean, one of the coolest music videos ever. And I got to ask the question: how was working with JT? How did that go? How was his energy? Like, how was the day?
Oh, Justin's awesome. He's really cool, down to earth guy. It's funny because like the night before we were gonna shoot, the sequence where we're all dancing together and everything, or maybe it was the same day. I don't know. All I remember is like I'm taking a shower, and then I remembered I actually met Justin years ago when I was in Florida, because that's where I grew up, in South Florida. If you're watching this, you don't know where I'm from. I'm from South Florida. So I grew up there, and one of my friends worked in the music business, and we went to this concert at like this fairground kind of thing, and I met NSYNC, and this was before they were like famous. And
Whoa.
And then I looked up online. I'm like, wait, is this, because the memory was kind of a little bit like fuzzy, so I looked it up online, and it turns out that was the last show that they had before they went on their tour, their big tour. Their first tour is NSYNC. It became like famous superstars. So when
With Tiffany, right? Did they open for Tiffany at first?
Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, so that was kind of interesting. Like, so when I saw Justin, it was like, wow, totally full circle, and I totally forgotten about that, because that was like in the 90s or something. Yeah, it was like forever. It was like 96, I want to say.
Oh, I thought it was earlier than that, because NSYNC was actually my very first concert that I ever saw. My cousin Tara took me to see them, and Dream opened for them. This was in St. Louis, probably in, the early 90s.
Yeah. So when I met him originally, it was like 95 or 96. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. It's like another Backstreet Boys. And then like, boom, they became huge. So it's kind of neat. I met him before he became big, and then I worked with him after he's big. I don't know. It's kind of cool. But yeah.
Full circle. That's awesome.
Yeah. And he was really sweet on set. He's super funny, and yeah, he's just a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
I love it. That's so cool. And I love Trolls so much, both of them. They're such amazing movies. They're just full of delight and wonder. Yeah.
And it's awesome. Like, I think Justin did the soundtrack for both of those, and he's so talented. He does everything. Like, yeah. So it was super exciting to work with him, you know, because I mean, it's cool to be in a music video. I mean, it was amazing, awesome, actually, because like I got to dance in my pajamas. Like, that's how I dance anyway. Like, literally, I'm always
Yeah.
dancing at home, like in my pajamas, and then like here I am in a music video dancing in my pajamas. Like, it was pretty cool.
Greatest.
Yeah. So
And you got to take over the
laundromat.
yeah, the laundromat.
Oh my god, dude, that was so much fun. It was like, I just remember it felt like my own music video when we shot that stuff. You know, I was like, yeah, and really nice camera, and I'm like doing my stuff, and like it was awesome. I'm so grateful for the experience, and like I can't. It's like it's just amazing. Like, I don't even know how all this stuff happens. It just does, and I'm just so grateful to be part of it, and like I'm so grateful for, you know, what it's done for me and for my career. And, you know, I'm really honored to just like have people look to me and to be excited about the stuff that I do. And that's really cool. And I'm just like, I'm really just happy. I'm so happy that I have this platform now too, to just really channel my message, because, you know, it was like I'm writing this solo show, and I had it all pretty much planned out. I mean, I was going to perform in June, and I don't know. It's just it's cool. It's just I don't know. I'm going off track now, but whatever. Anyways,
Great. I love it. So as I was saying, you've done such you have such an incredible body of work already.
thank you.
What would you like to work on? Like carte blanche. If you could work on anything,
Wait, what's
something
carte
that's
blanche?
created, white slate. So in other words, if you could make a wish and work on anything that's currently shooting, or something that you would like to see made, what would that be? Who would you most like to work with? Tell me all about that.
Oh, well, the first thing that comes to mind is a multi-camera sitcom on Nickelodeon.
Fantastic.
So that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know, I started acting when I was 8, and I grew up in the theater. And then I did like show choir and stuff like that. And then I did independent films, and then I came to LA and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I do improv, like you said, and sketch comedy and stuff. And I love I love having the interaction of a live audience, you know, the energy there. And it's so much fun, you know, because the audience becomes another part of the performance always, you know. So you have your people on stage that are like, you know, and then there's the energy of the audience that you're playing with. And it's such a beautiful, wonderful, fantastically fun thing. But then also, like, I went to film school, and I love, like, I'm a gadget person. Like, I love cameras, and I know how to edit and like shoot stuff, and I love it. And I love like the technology, and like the cameras that they have on TV sets are just so amazing to me. Like I just like, I'm really like into like visual stuff, and you
You
know,
enjoy hanging out in Video Village just as much as being on set?
but I, you know, I'm a very visual person.
Uh-huh.
I love taking pictures and photography, and I paint and I do all this stuff. And so, you know, the whole thing of a multi-camera, obviously I do comedy, and so that'd be the sitcom aspect. But then the multi-camera aspect of it combines everything I love. It combines the whole theater aspect with the whole camera, like the professional television camera. I love those cameras so much. Like, there's something about them when you're acting in front of like a TV camera that just like, I don't know, it just like tunes you into this like specific frequency that I can't explain, but it puts you in the zone. And I mean, I guess this is what I'm passionate about, so maybe that's why. But yeah, so, and then, you know, I say Nickelodeon because I've actually met some people from Nickelodeon, you know, like executive people and stuff who have come to Second City and did some things there, and they've explained the workplace. And obviously, the people looking up to me are younger and stuff like that. So that's part of it. But also, when I do improv on stage, I have a tendency to get like really just absurd. I do clowning, which is as well, which is something a little bit more. It's not just like, oh look, we have a funny nose, he. Like, there's a whole like aspect to it that combines with the improv and the sketch comedy. And so I've attended, and I realized, because I've been doing improv now for over like 7.5 years, every week, pretty much, I'm either like in a classroom or on a stage. I'm always performing and keeping that loose, except for like this year because of everything. But I've learned over the years of doing this that I have a tendency to clown. And so more recently, I think I've been exploring more, just like learning about different aspects of clowning and, just how that works and everything. Because I feel like I understand improv now. I've gone to literally every comedy school for training and practice. And so now I'm kind of delving more into the clowning world. I'm actually starting a clowning workshop on Monday with someone who I super like, this guy, Chad Damiani, who is a genius clown. And him and Juzo Yoshida had this group, this 2-man clown show called Jetso, and it was just the funniest. Oh, so
Jetso at IO.
They're absurd, right? And they're just hilarious.
Yep.
So I'm learning from Mr. Jetso, one of the Jetsos. Yeah.
That, they did a showcase at IO with Emo Phillips.
Wow, that's cool.
And the great thing about IO is it's like a $5 ticket. So I got to see like this unbelievable. I had no idea emo was a part of it. I think that was one of those nights I just happened to be wandering around Hollywood, as I did a lot because I lived over there for a while. And I just, I would walk to IO and just drop into a show and paid my $5. And I mean, they are mind-blowingly, it's fascinating.
Did you, and did you ever see Beer Shark Mice?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's like, one of the greatest improvised
Agreed.
teams I've ever seen. It's just like, you watch them and you're like, they're so good that you even know they're improvising. You just think, I mean, the chemistry.
Lightning accuracy. Unbelievable.
It's so wonderful to see them, because they've been improvising together as a team for 30 years. And just to see like that kind of, oh my God, oh man, I love Beer Shark. I saw Beer Shark Mice actually earlier this year. They performed in a tiny theater in North Hollywood, and I'm like, yes. Like, what was it? Actually, last year, the year before, I actually went to go see one of Chris Kattan's stand-up shows, and Seinfeld made a guest appearance.
Are you serious?
Unannounced, and like, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't really watch his TV show growing up, honestly. I respect it. I was more into like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and like kind of like silly, like more silly stuff. It was too smart for me, I guess. I don't know.
I watched it. I would have lost my freaking mind. I would have lost it.
Dude, seeing Jerry Seinfeld do stand-up, because he's been doing it for like 30 years.
Yep.
I mean, it was just like, literally, he was just like, and you could tell this was not planned. He picked up a package of like raisins and started talking about the girl
and went on a whole thing about it.
And it was the funniest thing I ever saw, and I was like, my jaw dropped, because I'm like laughing so hard, and just like, oh my gosh, this is so funny, and like, how is he doing, like, just in awe, And I'm sorry, Jerry, for not watching the show. Like, I saw it a few times, but
I think he'll get by. I think he's okay.
I'm sure I probably should watch it. There's a lot of TV I didn't watch, so to be fair, anyways. I don't
even comedy brain and how much you enjoyed his his set when you saw it, I really do think you would enjoy the show.
Probably.
Not so much. I would the second half of the final season sort of goes off the rails a little bit, but he his brain works on a different dimension. It really truly does. Also, his comedians in cars getting coffee is also really great. If you want a little nibble of
I've
his,
seen that, and I really enjoy it. It's really. I probably would enjoy Seinfeld. Maybe it just like didn't play in my household for whatever. It's not like I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna watch Seinfeld. It's just like I don't know. It just didn't happen. You know what I mean? So
nothing wrong with that.
But now I have homework to do. I gotta watch Seinfeld.
There you go.
There I go. Gotta keep up with the times, man. Like, I mean, honestly though, there's so much stuff that it's like, I admire those people that are like, oh yeah, I've seen everything and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how? Like, how do you do all, like, I don't know how to like see everything and have all this knowledge of everything, but like, cause there's a lot of stuff out there, you know? But anyways, whatever.
My brain doesn't actually absorb anything important. It only absorbs pop culture and stuff that no one else cares about. Mostly so that I can bring them up in conversation here on the podcast, I think. But I have been cruising through it during quarantine. I really have. I've been watching. I think I really should have made a Google document, and I started to think about this, and then I got too lazy and I didn't actually do it. But I think I've marathoned probably 40 plus shows since the beginning of March. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There's so much out there, so much. I mean, there's a new freaking platform every single day. I know everyone's been poo-pooing Quibi, but I've actually, I think there's a lot of great content on Quibi, including this new, are you familiar with Ron Funches? The stand-up Ron Funches? He's a delight. He's got this new show on Quibi called Nice One, which is essentially at midnight, but all of the comics are complimenting each other. So it's a battle, rather than a roast battle, it's a compliment battle.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that. They need more of those. Yeah, let's have compliment battles.
Always.
Why not? It's nicer, so.
Absolutely.
Nice.
We always need more nice in the world, and which is why I like talking to you so much. And you're doing so many wonderful things, and not just entertainment things, but educational things, and that's really, really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, well, the educational has entertainment mixed in. It's not like, hey, I'm your teacher now, and like, no, it's me. I'm still silly, and I'm doing characters, but I'm utilizing my comedy for lessons. For some of them is just straight up comedy, but yeah, some of it is like, okay, look at this character, and and this is what they're gonna do, and how do you feel about it, kind of thing. That's what I've done so far. So again, it's developing, so, and it's launching and all that fun stuff.
And you'll very soon have your own series on Nickelodeon. I have no doubt that will come about for sure. So
yeah, that'd be fun.
Unfortunately, Cristy, we are at time.
Oh wow.
This has been, I mean, it absolutely flew by, as these shows tend to do. So one more time, In Other Words comes out September 8th on all of the various streaming platforms, right? It's going to be on demand and streaming.
Yeah, and I'll be posting about that, and then I think, I'll be posting stuff about that. It's coming out September 8th in spots, and then later in other spots. So, but yeah, for now, yes, September 8th, what you said. Yeah.
In Other Words, September 8th, and Bond Show on September 7th. Make sure to pick that up on the App Store. That'll be really cool. And for people who want to find you, and they definitely will, because they're going to want to be telling you how how great your app is and how awesome you are in the movie, they can find you across social media at?
I'm mainly on Instagram at Cristy Joy Official. There's also a Facebook page that, you know, the Instagram stuff like filters into, and then I think on Twitter it like filters in, but Instagram's like my main spot, and then YouTube as well, but mainly I'm on Instagram quite often. So yeah, I'd say that'd be the place. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Cristy, thank you so much for joining me. This has been an absolute blast. We gotta talk more often.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know, you're an absolute delight. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on your podcast, and it was super fun. And yeah, we're recording it today on, what is it, Saturday, and then it's going to be out on Monday. So it's almost live, as close to as live as we can get, which is exciting because live video is fun, right? But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and giving me the space to say all this stuff.
Oh my God.
Back it out.
You really wrote, that's like a fully professional typed out.
I do that for like when I did my talk show.
That's amazing.
Well, honestly, like you saw, I mean, I don't know. This is so I could stay on track and remember everything, because I'm serious. Otherwise, I'm just like, yeah, what's going on? Oh yeah, la la la. Hey, we're hanging out on the podcast. Do 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 do. My name's Cristy Joy. We're Devlin Wilder. We're on the Faux Real podcast. La 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 la. Hanging out, blah blah blah. And then like, it'd be like 45 minutes or whatever, and then it's like, oh, I have to say stuff, and what am I supposed to say? And oh wait, we're talking about this thing. That reminds me of this thing, and then I'll be doing what I'm doing right now, which makes no sense. It makes no sense. So this helps me make sense.
But that's what makes you great, Cristy. That's why I wanted to talk to you, because
my brain is. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say that, but anyways. Whatever, you understand. I write stuff so I can say stuff, and otherwise I just don't say stuff that I should say, and then I don't
I'm getting off the melody now.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're a blast.
Thanks so much for having me. You're a blast. This was super fun, and
if you want to talk about whatever else you wanted to talk about, we can do it anytime. So
I hammered through this list.
You got it. You got it done.
By the way, so yeah, I'm good.
I love it. Thank you so much, Cristy.
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
Remember, you can follow me, as always, across all the places at Devlin Wilder. That's DEVLINWILDER. And Faux Real at Faux Real Pod. That's FAUXREALPOD. That's it for this one. See you on the next one.